Yo, welcome to another episode of Thought OPPS. I am one of your hosts. My name is ejbrizz. You don't see my name written across the top. Who we got over there?
Hey, you know it's ejbrizz, your favorite host.
What? Me?
And
no, because he
I'm like me.
Because he always got something smart to say.
His favorite host, like no one knew you before, me. Yeah, but it's cool.
Except my Lord and Savior Jesus.
He knows your name.
Yeah, or whatever.
He knows your name.
Or whatever cult he belongs to. but we have a guest today. One of my favorite people.
Oh, he said about.
You say that about everybody?
He's lying.
Oh my God. I'm going to run the reels.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
I am Nelly. I am the creator and CEO of Xtreme Wellness. And I have been a personal trainer and a wellness coach for over a decade now.
Yes, I remember her beginnings, her humble beginnings.
My humble beginnings.
Her humble beginnings. And she looked the same. She ain't aged a bit. Black don't crack unless black smokes.
Thank you kindly. Thank you.
Now, my week this week, I had a decent week. What did I do this week? I'm trying to remember what I did this week.
I was about to say something like that.
I worked. No, it was something. It was something important that I did this week.
You want to tell everybody what you did this week?
No, I can't remember what it is. It was something important that I did this week, but I can't.
It couldn't have been that important if you don't remember.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get young.
That when you get old,
Oof.
yeah.
When you get young.
But I had a great week. We've been working on the movie. Resentment.
You forgot your movie.
Yeah, we've been working on Resentment. We've been talking.
We've
been talking to the staff. No, I'm just very, very tired today, but I'm gonna be all right. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. How was your week?
Man, my week was uneventful. Work, raising a kid. I had to go see a state doctor about my back. I said something about that last episode about my injuries and stuff like that. So
we'll see money.
We'll see the outcome.
Bacchiotomy.
Right.
Yeah, what happens? But I am dealing with back issues and stuff like that. But hey,
yeah,
that's life.
That's from what's it called? Dave Chappelle. What's the name of the movie? Doctor said I need a bacchiotomy.
Bacchiotomy?
Y'all remember that's
Bacchiotomy?
Yeah,
Bacchiotomy.
That's what he said on that movie. His first movie, it was a funny movie. Can't remember the movie.
He can't remember nothing.
Was it half-baked?
Half-baked.
I just wasn't going to give it to him.
Yeah,
I just wanted to see him struggle.
Half-baked. She said that at the gym, too. She said that if somebody don't know how to do something, I just watch them.
I just watch
She's like, if they're not my client, I just watch them. She's like, she's like, I don't want nobody to get mad at me. You know what I'm saying?
Just do you?
Just do you. How was your week?
My week is phenomenal.
Okay.
Like, it's phenomenal. Productive. I'll say very productive. A lot of work at the hospital, but at the same time, it was phenomenal. And we just kicked off another round for Extreme Transformation. So it's been busy.
Yeah, we're going to get into
I like your clients because they're like the nice ladies at the gym. They are. They like, you got
positive vibes, babe.
Yeah, you got like
they
have like a motherly spirit and everything.
As they should.
Can we save that for the...
Oh, we're going to tuck that.
Yeah,
You said put a pin in it.
Yeah.
Put a pin in it.
Okay.
We're going to put a pin in
Giving
it.
all the juicy information.
I'm sorry.
I'm just talking about... Okay, so... Well, Eric gonna do something he never really do. He's gonna introduce the entertainment topics for this week.
So our entertainment topics this episode, we're gonna talk about the rapper beefs, whatever's going on and everything. Terrence know more about it than me, so
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about that. Then we're gonna talk about Leray and Benzino, what's going on between them two. And then we're gonna talk about Jeff Goldblum and how he has some interesting thoughts and words about his kids and his inheritance. So you just gonna get your the guest opinion on that and everything.
Yeah. So that's in white people news, Jeff Goldblum and stuff.
Why is that the only news I knew?
Right, me too. I'm just glad. It'd be funny because Eric know that I am the most watching.
Oh
I'm
my God!
I'm the most white TV watching black man.
I ain't mad at it.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying. But more black power, more power.
Not more black power. This man. This explains a lot.
Okay, so now it's time to talk about books a little bit. So I just got finished. I know I just started reading it. Y'all probably like, he just started that last episode. Yep, but I'm done with Rest in Resistance, a Manifesto by Trisha Hershey. Now, it's about this is the founder of the NAP ministry. Now, what the NAP ministry is, it's a ministry that she founded in order for people to get rest, because she believed that a lot of times we lose our rest based on capitalism and white supremacy. So she talks about the grind culture that we live in is very unhealthy for all of us, because it's based on something that comes from slavery. So she talks a lot about like different things that she dealt with growing up, and how she started studying this, and when she was in college and studying grind culture, and then she had formed like groups of people like resting together. It was very strange to me, but it was very. I'm going.
I'm not gonna interrupt you, but I'm not trying to be funny. But do you think back in the day it was like lazy slaves?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hands down. I know they grandkids. Or they great grandkids. But the book is just like, I think it's a really good book, but it talks a lot about capitalism, because I know that I've been to like different socialist meetings and different organizations. I'm not a communist. I'm not a Marxist. But you know how I always find myself in those situations because I be around intellectuals, and these intellectuals be thinking that every day you be sitting there like, these people about to have me at a cult or something, because it's like you talking to them and you go to like these different groups, and then you sitting there with Valentino shoes on, and they talk about end capitalism. And you try to hold your feet under the chair. Balenciaga shoes,
and Creed
cologne. They're like, what's that smell? That smell like
that smell like Creed.
Yeah, they're like, that smells like capitalism. But I know that. They talk a lot about capitalism in this book. They talk a lot about the structure of government and white supremacy and all those things that actually mold the modern culture that we have today. And it is a New York Times best-selling book. I wrote a review about it on social media. I'm very indifferent about it because I am still I'm not gonna say stuck on capitalism, but I was raised on the capitalism. I came to this country on the capitalism. I think capitalism is what brought us to this country. Why my parents came here. But it is sad that there's like 798 people that own trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in the world. And I think that a lot of times those black people that study communism and Marxism, I don't think it's that they want a communist regime to come and take over the country. I think they just want a redistribution of wealth, where they feel that a lot of people don't have what they deserve, because that's just how it is.
Yeah, I kind of like when it comes to that type of stuff. I mean, not to offend nobody out there, but when I be seeing a little posts like, "Oh, I'm grinding, I don't sleep," and all that, I'm like, man,
all them things they said in the book, all them they say how unhealthy it is. All those things they say in the book.
I need some rest
because I
need 5 naps.
Because you do see capitalism to the point where it controls people to the point where they have no value system and where they would take advantage of people. And I feel like there's a degree of ownership to owning who you are and how you want to be valued, or how you want to value other people and be empathetic towards other people. But sometimes money gets rid of all of those feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like money, because it's like,
I think money gets rid of it, but at the same time, something that was told to me a long time ago was, we think about grind culture, right? Mm-hmm. And it's all about we grind. And in our culture especially, it's that grind. Mm-hmm. And it's like you're rewarded, or you're looked up to, or you feel like that, it makes you better than because you're somebody that's working 17 different jobs and got different businesses and all of these different things, right? But what happens when you take 2 rocks together and grind them? The friction, but they also wear down and become sand. And what happens to sand? It washes away.
Yeah.
So grinding only makes you smaller in the end. It doesn't hold you down.
She read the book. She read the book.
Baby, that's why I do what I do for real. Because I'm a strong believer in that.
Yeah, because you can grind and I could hit the lottery and it's just like...
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, people that grind, if you did turn around and hit the lottery, they wouldn't know what to do with themselves.
And you want to
wouldn't know what to do with themselves.
And you want to know what's crazy is I read the book and I enjoyed the book, but I try to force myself not to enjoy it and give it like a little iffy review on social media because I'm so used to the capitalist structure. And but then you do have to think about the thing. The fact is that it is based on something that used us as black people to actually to actually become what it is today. But then all the money, not all the money, but most of the money, and then they have these few selected people, Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's, the Oprah's, where they try to blind you into thinking that, look, you too could be this, you too could be.
Look at the percentage.
Yeah, look at the percentage, because the percentage is so small. But then it's not, and working hard do put you in a different, tax bracket, or put you in.
But there's a difference between working hard and grinding.
Grinding. But what I'm saying is, they already destroyed the mindset of so many of the people, to where it's kind of like these people are dealing with psychological effects of oppression, of slavery, of all these of white supremacy, that they are who they are. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to fix these people, and then their family, and then with wealth and the lack of economic, the lack of money, it turns people into. Some people turn into criminals because they're trying to find a better way. And then when you have generations and generations and generations and generations of that, then you have people saying, "But look at them! Look at you created that. The system created that.
Absolutely.
That's why we got to fix ourselves. You know what I'm saying? To make sure we have to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do. Because what I'm saying is, you got a son, y'all got kids.
But like I said, it's easier said than done, because some people don't think that they need to be fixed either.
Yeah, but I think that
that's huge.
I think that every day we gotta. Every day we gotta fix ourselves.
Trust me, I encounter a lot of those.
Because the most people that don't think the most people that think they don't need to be fixed are usually
the ones that need the most fixing.
The dumbest
Those are the ones that need the most fixing in real life. Like, seriously,
the dumbest people. But yeah, this book was good. Go ahead and pick the book up. I am indifferent because I am living under the capitalist system, and it's like I do like shoes. But and
clothes
and cream.
Okay. and another book that I read, they laughed at me. So, but everybody, readers, I know y'all know who Percival Everett is. I mean, he's very respected in the author community. He has a lot of bestsellers, and he actually, the movie American Fiction, this was his book Erasure, that they captured that movie on film, and it was a really good movie. Max from Living Single was in the book. But this book is funny. This book is no, this book is funny though. This book is funny. Like the dude, like, so all right. So I'm gonna give you a little brief from the book. The book starts with this racist town, little small town called Money, Mississippi, and like the two racist father and son duo in this book die in the beginning. And they wake up next to some black man. I ain't gonna say what black man, but they wake up next to some black man. Like the black man killed them. The mother and daughter find them. First they find the father, the son next to the black man. Then the body leaves the mortuary or whatever, the coroner, and then the body. If they find the father dead, the body goes to with the father. They find the body with the father. I guess the body killed the father, and then they got these two black guys coming from from the big city, coming to investigate the case. They're two cops, and this town is racist. They say the N-word so much in this book, but it's a funny book that's just it's a comedy. It's a comedy.
It's a comedy.
I can laugh. You know why I can laugh? Because a black guy wrote it.
It's a comedy.
That's why I'm laughing. When the N-word, it's like a black guy wrote it. And then the thing about it is too, the smartest people in the book is the two black guys. This town is a bunch, and I saw where they use the word Trump in the book. They use Trump. Talk about something they refer to. It's like a little Trump town. So it's like a lot of Trump supporters and stuff. But it's a funny book. Yeah, I like it.
Is it based in Ohio?
Huh? What?
I said, is it based in Ohio?
Dude, it is. I would. No, it's in Mississippi, which is money, Mississippi, which is close to Ohio thinking. Yeah. But but the book is really good. When I finish, I'm gonna give y'all an overview of the book. I loved not his first book. I don't think it's his first book. I loved his other book. I got another one in his book, Telephone. About to read that book too. But yeah, this dude is a good writer.
Well, but to my portion, you want my book portion?
I don't see it, but go ahead.
Yeah, I've been reading.
Real quick.
Did you say Instagram?
Yeah. He said stop listening.
I've been reading Instagram.
But real quick though, the book is it's like reading a script because it's all dialogue in the book. And I ain't seen that in a while. I'm like, yes. And every chapter is like 2 pages long. So I'll be done. I started on
this morning.
No, I started 2 days ago, and I'm on page 80, so I'll be done by Tuesday.
Anything you've been reading, Rose?
Anything you've been reading, Rose?
Actually, yeah, I got a couple different things that I'm reading.
Oh, go ahead, talk about it.
I do.
Okay.
So I read a lot of mindful books, like mindfulness type books.
Okay.
So the Yamas and the Niyamas. One of the books that I am really big on is not the cult.
Hold on, 'cause I'm lost. You said the llamas and the...
Not the llamas, the yamas and niyamas. It's part of yoga. It's part of branches of yoga. So it's basically taking yoga from the mat and living it every day. So when you're talking about non-stealing, non-hoarding, non-violence, those type of things. So I read that. I also read one of my big ones that I go back to, and I just reread this past week, is The Four Agreements.
Okay.
And
I read that.
Love it. That's one of my like whenever I just need to push a reset button to get myself together, reset. Okay. And Atomic Habits. So I reread that one again too.
So what's The Four Agreements?
The Four Agreements.
Is it like actually
Atomic Habits? I read that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a great one. Four Agreements.
No, I didn't read it.
So Four Agreements is just basically like the four agreements of life. Like if you live by these four
I got that book.
then you can't be you can't be mad at it. Like you can't be mad at life. Basically, it teaches you.
But is there like four agreements?
Yes, there are. Okay. So let's see if I.
No, but
it's cool. It's cool. So be impeccable with your word.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Always do your best.
Okay.
Don't make assumptions.
Okay.
And don't take things personal.
And they always say read this book every year.
You should, because I think that when you hear it on the base surface of it, it sounds very simple, right? Okay. Always do your best. But is your best the same when you're sick as when you're 100%? Okay. When you're sad and messed up, is it this best? If you're having a bad day. So always do your best goes to where your best is and where that mark lies on that day. Not necessarily what your best is when you're 100%. Okay. Being impeccable with your word, it also comes behind like you don't speak and curse people all the time. Being impeccable with your word because you're spewing violence upon another person, even when you're upset that you can't take back. So
sometimes what I took from that too when I read that being impeccable with your words is like so people don't misunderstand where you coming from.
Correct. So in true communication.
I mean, thinking like if I think something like
you don't have to say everything you think.
Yeah,
because thoughts are
because you could be like you stupid, or you could be like you know what, maybe you should have thought that out better.
Right. So just be impeccable with your words.
First one.
Big dummy. That's what you want to say, you big dummy. So So when it comes down to those, and then don't make assumptions. A lot of times, like if you're driving on the road, right, and somebody cuts you off in traffic, because I'm a road.
Hey, I was on the phone with them earlier.
So this is a perfect example.
You remember the one lady that you was talking about earlier?
Oh, the one getting the middle finger.
The one that
so that's a perfect example, though. Like, so what happens if you not knowing somebody else's story, just like somebody don't know yours? If you're on the road and somebody cuts you off, they might be rushing to get to a dying family member and you don't even know it. And now you cussing them out and giving them the finger, and they just trying to get to their dying loved one. So you never make assumptions. You never make assumptions. I mean, it's a lot of different ones that we do on a regular basis, and I think that's why it's a good book to read every year because it's a self-check.
And you heard me talk about the book too. You heard me talk about before. I talked about it on the last episode. Yeah.
Were you asleep?
Yeah, because I was related. Remember I said the Four Agreements remind me. The other book that I was reading, I said to remind me of the Four Agreements.
I gotta go back and watch it.
Go back and watch it. But what was the first book you said?
The Yamas and Niyamas.
This is why I said because Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Here we go.
He was a leader of a cult.
No, that's not what we're doing. Right, clearly.
I am.
Are you a Scorpio?
No, I'm a Virgo. But the reason why I'm fascinated with cults is because I discovered.
I'm sorry, or you're a Scorpio? Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo.
You're Virgo too. The reason, what are you?
I'm a Taurus. My birthday is in 2 weeks.
Okay, this is the reason I'm fascinated with cults, because I'm fascinated with psychology, right?
Yes.
And then I discovered this cult. It was a black cult called Carbonation that came out during.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I got stuck.
And then they just stuck. It's very.
Okay, let me tell you. I'm not somebody like that. And
me either.
I am not a TikToker. And I went down the TikTok tunnel. And ended up mind blown.
Yeah.
I was like, what is real? Like,
and I was telling Eric today, like when you listen to Aaron's story and you see Aaron is left,
my
you
first
see,
name basis.
yeah,
right?
True,
I don't know the
well, you probably know him as True, but when he left, when he left, I think our girl in Cleveland now too, Velvet. I think she lives in Cleveland, but Jax is from Cleveland. But,
see, he knows the whole.
But look,
he knows the whole cult.
But look, when you listen
He
to
was in it.
No, I was too fast because you see all them skits. But if you listen to, I was telling Eric earlier. If you listen to this dude's story, he is too smart. How did he get into this position? And then when you listen, it's like, was he mind playing with them too? Because he knows how to think above them.
It's a manipulation. Understanding manipulation and also understanding when you have somebody with weaker mindset, you prey on those.
But this is one thing I'm gonna say about Carbonation. All of them were smart from listening to him. They were pretty intelligent, except for the one that was leading them. He was dumb. It's like, how do you let? But then I think it's presence. It's presence.
It is presence.
And he had mind control.
Power. You can have power and manipulation and be dumb.
Yeah, he was dumb.
Power and manipulation can go far.
He was dumb. Okay, so anybody else? Any books? I've
been reading Instagram comments.
All right, this is
not the comments.
This is what we go to
not
the next part of the
comments.
show. Eric got lost there for a second, but we're about to.
They was having a book off.
She like read that, got that.
Wait, library, which audible?
Read that. Yeah, that was good. I love favorite part of that book. Yeah,
I read.
I feel like I finally got somebody on the show that read as much as I do.
I read.
I used to read back in the day when you could
the Berenstein Bears.
No,
sorry, I like them. I did.
Back in the day,
because they always had a lesson.
You used to buy CDs and they had like the producers and all that other stuff.
Oh, on the inside, and then you read the lyrics.
Yeah.
I did those too.
Yeah, right.
I like those.
I wrote some lyrics, but anyway.
Look, we all like, oh.
Okay, so this is the best part of the show where we get to interview our guests.
Yeah, we get all in our business.
All in the business.
Yeah. So, when did you start? Like, what made you start in fitness? Like, I mean, you got
happenstance. I didn't have the physique. So actually, I started in fitness because I was, true story, I was overweight. This was in my 20s. I was overweight, in and out of the hospital. I have severe migraine headaches, debilitating since I was in 3rd grade. I look like that I'm having a stroke. I lose all of my vision. It's bad.
I must have met you right after that.
No. Yeah. Yes. No. No. Because so I was actually somebody I went to school with had introduced me to Phil, and this was when Phil first started training. I was one of his first clients.
I met you in 2010.
So then, yes.
Yeah.
So
this
was right.
Remember, I met you when I was painting the
yes,
building.
Right. You were painting the building.
Yeah.
So
thank you for not paying me, Phil.
So I was like one of Phil's first clients, and to be honest, I was walking down the steps one day. What made me decide to do it was I was walking down the steps one day. My daughter was a lot younger, and I thought that she tapped me like, "Hey, mommy," like, you know. And then I turned around and looked, and it was my fat jiggling, and it wasn't my daughter. And I was like, "Dang, I got to do something about this. Like, this is not okay." So I literally was just like, it's time to change this up a little bit. And I was talking to my girl, and she was like, "Oh, you should go see Phil," and I did. And I literally had got in the mindset of, I'm very competitive, and Phil was pushing me to a level that was like ridiculous. Yeah. And I'm like, why are you making me train with the dudes over here? Yeah. And he's like, well, you can do what you can do. And I'm like, whatever. So I would be training.
I used to ask him the same thing too. Like,
why he made you train with the girls?
With the dudes.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, they're kind of another level. I'm like, I ate lunch with y'all. I ate lunch with the football team, but I didn't actually play.
I need to go over here.
Yeah, I need to go over here because they look like they just played.
I went into like competitive mode because of that, and it hit me, and I was like, my brother, when I was in my early 20s, was like, why don't you do bodybuilding? Like, you got to build for it. And I was like, no, they're muscular, they're manly, and I had got in this mode, like, why don't I do bodybuilding? Had never been to a show, never seen anything that had to do with bodybuilding at all. And I kept telling Phil, I'm like, I'm a bodybuilder. He was like, yeah, all right, whatever. And I was like, I'm going to do it. You know, he was like, yeah, all right, whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm going to do it. So I figured if I started bodybuilding, even if I was out of shape, then I would still be in shape if I had that bodybuilder mindset. So I completely pushed myself, and YouTubed how to prep for a show and YouTubed how to pose and got with somebody I know that would push me as far as in the gym. And I got it in and came out swinging and winning shows, actually. So that's how I got into it. And it literally, and plus I was dealing with a lot of depression, and it really did change my life. Fitness saved my life, and I overcame a lot of things through that bodybuilding process. I had stage fright. I didn't like being in front of people, so what better way to overcome stage fright than be half naked on the stage in front of all these people getting judged at that? You know what I'm saying? So
it's crazy. Yeah, we've had so many people on the show that deal with depression, and depression is just so strong in the black community. It is. It's strong in any community. I wouldn't just say in the black community.
It's just unspoken.
It's just unspoken, and it's like we deal with it different. But go ahead, you was gonna answer a question.
I deal with depression too, so I know the feeling. I've been dealing with it since I was like 16. So.
And that's huge, and I think that our community, especially.
No, I thought because he's so short. But go ahead. I thought he was like.
Aw, don't do that.
I pay him no.
Go ahead.
Nah, I don't blame you. No, but yeah, I think that like in our community, especially amongst men, it's as I've started developing myself and what I have going on, and I'm trying to, because I came from 4 brothers. I was raised in a household with 4 brothers, and it really makes me wonder, like, how do I, as a female, pull more?
Because you have tough skin.
I do. I do have tough skin.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Right. But yeah, I do wonder, like, how do I reach out to more of the male community to be able to bring them in as far as awareness, mental health.
We appreciate that. I mean, we know we women do enough, but when you look out.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that a lot of times we get it twisted. Y'all are protectors. We're supposed to be the nurturers, and sometimes nurturing requires protection. Yeah. So
that's excellent. Yeah. So with your transformation,
yes,
did that give you inspiration? You said transformation, inspiration. Look, I'm rhyming.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Bars.
We talking about books.
Bars.
He like, let me write a poetry book real quick. Which he has. He has written a poetry book.
So did that give you the inspiration to help other women out there?
Absolutely. I fell into like the fitness realm on the other side of it, as far as becoming a trainer, becoming a wellness coach, because of the fact that I just was living out loud. And this was when social media had just started becoming a little bigger. Like Instagram, it was just, I think TikTok was Musical.ly back then, and it was like, so I was just living out loud. Yeah, Vine was out. Yeah. So people would just see me and they're like, oh, are you a trainer? And I'm like, I don't train, and somebody told me if somebody sees you in a certain light, you might want to look into it.
Yeah.
So I kept developing myself. I had that imposter syndrome, but then I started to realize that I had to become the person that I needed.
That's crazy, because the last person that came here talking about depression said they suffer from imposter syndrome.
Most people do.
Do you know who that was?
Mike Berry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Mike.
Yeah, we all do. Mike. We all do. Like that's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, I love Mike. You said that about me.
Huh?
So he does say that, Michelle. Good, proven.
No.
So yeah.
No. Because I can name some people that did the show that I don't like.
It's cool.
I can name some people that did the show that I don't like.
They're not gonna come back either.
All they gonna do is say me.
Actually, I wasn't, but go ahead.
But no, like I think that like that's a big thing, and sometimes you have to become like be the change you want to see in the world, and become the person that you needed. And I'm trying to do my best to circle back around to all the phases of my life and who it was that I needed in those phases, and become that for other people. So I really, to be able to empathize, not just sympathize with people, but empathize and know, people see me and they're like, oh, you've always been fit. No, I haven't. Yeah. I went through my fitness journey. I had to go through weight loss. I went through depression. I recently relapsed into it during the pandemic, and it got bad, and I got overweight again.
I do remember you not being in super shape
when
I first met you, but it was just that you were tall, so it didn't look
right. And so people are like, "Oh, it's not that bad." Yeah. No, it's that bad. Like I should not be over 200 pounds. Is the bottom line. And even just coming out of the pandemic and all of that, I was well over 200 pounds, well over, and very depressed, extremely depressed. And it was like I had to, and then coming back to the fitness platform was kind of like, forget imposter syndrome. Now I have my own reputation to live up to, and how do I find that person again if that's not who I am anymore?
So it went from imposter syndrome to posture
To
syndrome.
posture syndrome. I had to posture.
Are you an extrovert? Because I know I'm an introvert, and during the pandemic, I was in some of the best shape of my life. Because I knew I didn't have to be around people. I knew I knew the gym. I knew the gyms wasn't open, so I knew I had to really be, on everything. There wasn't too many fast food places open, so I really had to, cook my food, prepare my food, or whatever. So I don't know if it was just me being an introvert, and I was just like, yes, I don't have to be around people.
Like I be telling him, we got a show, so we got to go do stuff and be around people.
So that's the funny part.
He be trying to prepare in his mind.
But that's part of even with coming here. People are like, oh, she's an extrovert. I am an introverted extrovert.
Okay, I'm the same.
Okay, so I can show up and do things, but I love being by myself. I love phone off, not all that noise.
Yeah, I love the what y'all about to do because I need y'all to leave.
I love being invited places, but then I can turn it down.
Right.
Like invite me, so I know you wanted me there, but I just want to say hell no.
But I'm one of those people. Eric knows I'm one of those people that be like, man, I ain't going. I ain't going. And then I'm like, man, I'm gonna go. And then when I go, I be like, man, but I'm gonna leave as soon as I'm just leave. And then I'll be the last person that left.
I believe that. I believe that. I do believe that.
Well, anyway, so you do teach classes, right?
I do. I teach. I have body sculpting class because a lot of women are afraid to get in there around the dumbbells and the free weights and get into the gym area, and they'll stick with group fitness. So I teach habit training, which is every Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Xtreme Compound. It's an acronym. It stands for hips, arms, abs, back, butt, and incredible thighs. So we are body sculpting. We are understanding proper alignment and form, and we are having fun in the process of doing it so that people have that that encouragement and support, but at the same time they build the confidence in the classroom to be able to step into the weight room.
It's mainly women in there.
It is, but I have men visit.
When you talk about it, he was like,
I have had men come visit me, so yes, come on in.
About to be in there.
And then, don't worry, he'll be too busy trying to breathe. It's okay.
That's what happened the last time I went to a class like that. It was like, man, I ain't never doing this again. I couldn't breathe.
Taught you a lesson?
Yeah.
Is it like boot camp class?
It's I don't consider it a boot camp.
Okay.
I don't consider it a boot camp. But then I also do teach another class. I started going back to that mental health side of things. I started doing, I looked around and I was watching everybody at the gym, and people, they zoom in and zoom out. They come into fitness classes and they going, but you meeting yourself coming and going, and you coming from work and you never had that downtime. Yeah. So I've tried to fit, as I'm watching this and as I'm listening to people, whether it's how do I stretch, how do I do this, how do I do that, I created Self-Care Sunday. So Self-Care Sunday, first Sunday of the month, I say bring a mat, an open mind, and a pen. And just bring yourself, and that's it. So we do guided meditation. We teach breathing exercises. We do reflective journaling. We do journal prompt, ask it questions. Just a lot of different exercises that you meet yourself in that class. And I've had classes where people are in, and I don't tell people it's a safe space, but it's a sacred space that I hold for people to share what they want to share. Okay. And when I tell you the vulnerability that is given in that class, it is so beautiful, and I've had both men and women in there, and I mean, whether it's tears of joy being shed or tears of just release, that somebody's just sitting in silence, and that's fine.
It's a lot of that at X Compound too. Anyway, like a lot of classes where people get to travel outside of themselves and find fitness. It's always been like that, being around Phil. You know what I'm saying? And you said, what's it called?
Self-Care Sunday.
During the pandemic, I had this thing called Sweet Sunday. Okay. Where you bring ice cream, cake.
This guy.
I'm joking.
The ice cream truck pull up. Everybody get the penny candy. Like, what?
Because that's the pandemic. I was big on it. But go ahead, Eric. You was going to ask a question.
This Sweet Sunday threw you off?
And it's actually real. But what?
Not that's actually real. Who showed up beside you? Right.
I know. She telling the truth. No, they did. The person from Whole Foods that delivered the stuff.
Oh, right. We're done.
It was good for you, and it was carrot cake, so of course it was good for you.
It was a vegetable.
Yeah. But what advice do you give to anybody that wants what you have? Want this beautiful body, this beautiful personality, this beautiful
Be you, because it is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like that's my advice. Be you, because it is beautiful. Step into yourself fully. Like don't be like one of the programs that I actually spun this off of was something that I started over a decade ago, which was Claim Your Real. Claim your real self. Claim who you really are. And if you claim your real, then it's your real to claim. Can't nobody else claim it. So step into you.
Okay. So with all the stuff that you, because we was talking before the show, you have a full-time job, you do all this. How do you find time for yourself so you can be mentally focused and not be burnt out doing everything that you do?
She date.
I don't. It sucks.
I need
to.
I'm sure.
Maybe I can find some more self-care if I can. Maybe if I date, that would work.
She might start crying. She's like, that's what
right, like, just call
so
me out.
Basically, you just say you're looking for a date.
I mean, if it's out there, I'm open to it. But yeah,
you like music and movies.
I do. I love live music. Comedies are my thing because I feel like there's so much tears in the world.
I went to a comedy show yesterday.
Like I want to. Like I said, I just said what I was gonna do was I was gonna take myself on a date to a comedy show. Because of the fact that it's like, why not? Why do I wait for somebody else? Why do I try to find somebody else to go with me as far as a friend or whatever the case may be? So I try to make it a point to really balance myself out. I do overextend sometimes.
Okay.
But I've gotten to self-awareness where I'm realizing I'm overextending and I pull back a little bit.
Okay.
I try to make it a point to sleep hygiene is huge. Actually getting proper sleep, proper hydration. Proper nutrition, and then
rest and resistance.
I mean, you gotta reboot. So
the 4 elements.
The 4 elements, agreements, boo.
Agreements. My bad.
Oh Lord. So
my bad.
So I think that it becomes a balance of like really knowing when your battery is low and knowing when to recharge before you snap off on people. And I always say, I haven't done it, and I've been guilty, and this is my own accountability, and I'm very honest and transparent with people. The past probably month or so, I have not done it, but I believe in pouring from a full cup. I don't believe that you should pour from, like, let me rephrase that. I believe that you should pour from a cup of overflow, not from a full cup. Because if you pour from a cup of overflow, that means that you got so much more to give to other people, and you're operating in your best self. If you're pouring from a full cup, that's going to leave you half empty. So I'm going back to making sure my cup is on overflow.
Okay, so you're making sure that you're taking more for yourself, and then you to give to your more ability to give to others.
Absolutely.
And that is kind of crazy because they do talk about that a lot when you read like books about psychology, where they talk about that you're not able to help anybody unless you're able to help yourself.
Yeah, if you running out of oxygen, how you helping somebody else? You about to fall out.
Yeah, sometimes we always look at, people say stuff like, "Oh, you're selfish." We look at it as a negative light, but sometimes you have to be selfish because you can't help everybody.
And you got energy leeches. You got energy leeches.
I'm just saying. He's not like a reason to be selfish.
Hey, I'm selfish this year. Selfish.
The year is selfish.
You want to know what though, man? Eric knows this, and I am probably one of the most unselfish person that you know, right? Tell the truth.
Yeah, you are.
But then it causes a lot of problems because people. I'm talking about like you've seen people take things from me and like
But that's boundaries, and that's
and be like, be like, dang, like maybe I shouldn't have been this good with.
But you can do both. Yeah. I think that's
I'm mean, so
you're the no and he's the yes.
Yeah, I'm
then I'm maybe.
Like my
maybe yes and maybe no.
Yeah, because I'm like, dang, like, and I'll be like, heck no. Get off the phone and be like, man, I gotta call them back and tell them I do it.
No, I'll be like, no.
Yeah. And then turn on and read Instagram.
And it's because it's kind of my father. That's my father. How he is. Like he's yes. Like he does. Like it'd be like he's older now and he's still like that. We'd be like, dude, like.
But you have to understand that's what he's taught you, and now you're doing it. So
yeah,
but if you see that pattern, then you also have to look at your father and say that's not where I want to be or how I want to be. So you create the boundaries to where you actually extend yourself to where it's still taking care of you too.
No, I'm not saying that he's asking me. I'm saying he's still giving to people.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is that's your future.
Oh God. Yeah.
You don't see that?
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Glave, you're excellent.
He's an amazing man.
Amazing man.
Yeah, he just want to borrow something from me. It's funny. One of my friends,
large polo.
It's
large polo, right?
It's funny.
We got shirts out here.
One of my friends, Jerome, had went out. So he called me to like help him with his battery. My father was like, man, my father helped him with the battery.
Sweet man.
That's a given man.
Yeah, that's how he is. But so what's next? What's
next
for you?
For me?
Yeah, you got your divinity vibe, all that. You ain't even
So divinity. No. So what happened is divinity vibe, and it came from when I had my business before it was Divinity Fit. I rebranded and I made it Divinity Vibe because God is within all of us, and if we accept that God-like qualities and step into our true selves, then we shine regardless, right? So, and a vibe introduces yourself before you even open your mouth. So it's the energy that you exude when you walk into a room. So hence Divinity Vibe. So Divinity Vibe is powering Xtreme Wellness.
Okay.
So Xtreme Wellness is powered by Divinity Vibe. So that I have stepped back from personal training and being in person with people because of the fact that it's a beautiful thing to, one-on-one reach someone, but I want to be able to reach the masses, and I know that this is bigger than me, so it's not just a business in regards to Divinity Vibe. So that's why we are taking wellness to the extreme. So with that being said, Xtreme Wellness is what's next. We're just trying to grow it out, and it's not just a program. Extreme Transformations is the program that we have that will be the staple program of Xtreme Wellness, but the plan is to grow it out as a department. So Xtreme Wellness, we have myself, wellness coach. I am getting my holistic nurse coaching as well, so that I can step it up a little bit more on a whole different level, in addition to some other certifications that I'm working on. We have a life coach. We have another fitness consultant. I actually have bought in an event planner, so we're making it a bigger thing. I'm actually in the process. I'm trying to make this.
And please get a good life coach, because I put this on Facebook the other day. Like, what happened to everybody trying to be a life coach? Get a good one, because I remember life coaches during the pandemic. Like, everybody was a life coach,
right? And it's about the life. So the life coaches, and that's the thing. Is like, as far as life coaching, it's really about you. I mean, in the program, you're getting homework. It's not just like we just gonna sit around and talk about some things. This is homework. Right, so if you got somebody that's somebody that wants to stay inside all the time and not step out, okay, guess what you about to do? You about to go on a date by yourself. Right. And I don't care about what you eat. I don't care. I want you to go out and enjoy yourself, and understanding and breaking through. We had people, whether it was coaching through procrastination. I had somebody that was procrastinating on even like leveling up and going for their promotion, and by the end of the program they ended up getting a whole new promotion. Had somebody stop smoking, had somebody, so we're working over here. It's not just about weight loss. The weight comes with the lifestyle. So we want to build this out. I'm looking if there's registered dietitians out there, therapists, counselors. We want to bring all of those people on board so that it's not just about, we are looking at your lifestyle as a collaborative, and actually having somebody that can, like a concierge, to where they can kind of help and navigate you to where it is that you need to be, depending on what your intake is and what it is that you need. So it is going to, if God say so, it's the tip of the iceberg.
Good. Man. Shout out who you want to shout out real quick.
First and foremost, I'm going to shout out my coaches, because they have, when I say 10 toes down, when I said I needed help, they looked at me and it was like, I got you. So I'm definitely shouting out my coaches, Letitia Pittman, Chandra Hayes. It is absolutely amazing. They have been with me since the time that I decided to launch this in December, and they have definitely stepped up and done everything that I've ever asked and needed. Shouting out the Vibe Tribe, because the Vibe Tribe, they are a reflection of everything that's going on in the program and what is going on, and what we've been able to work with. I'm shouting out Try Juice Bar. We have a partnership with Try Juice Bar. We also have a partnership with Beads by Niza. And of course, Xtreme Streaming and Xtreme Hip Hop. We actually partner with them, so you can get your workouts at home without even any questions asked. And you also get everything, even after the program. All of these people you get partnerships with that you get a discounted rate. And of course, I'm going to shout out the man that has given me the chance, not just once, but when I came back again at Xtreme Compound, and now with Xtreme Wellness, Philip Wheaton. So, big shout out to him, because that is definitely family, and that's not something that he had to do. So,
ain't that where you go to the gym?
Yes. Then that where you go to the gym?
Yeah.
Guess what gym I go
to? Shout out to Philip Wheaton. I know we talk a lot of crap about each other, but you my friend since I was an 8-year-old. teenager.
Snot-nosed Roscoe.
Yeah,
And if you see me,
8-year-old teenager. Pause.
8-year-old kid. I was always grown.
Oh, okay.
and if you see me at the gym, yes, I am on the podcast with the world famous podcast.
Oh yeah, some lady stopped me. Philip was like, "Oh God!" I was feeling this Caucasian lady. She was like, "Ain't you the guy from the world famous podcast?" Philip Will was like, "Oh God!" She done went to his head. Then they started talking crap. So I'm still trying to be professional because it's a black space,
right?
But we have white people that go there, so you gotta be extra, you gotta be a little bit nicer,
right?
Because you want to bring them into those black spaces. Just like I feel like when black people go to white spaces, I feel like white people should be conscious.
Well, I mean, you want people to feel comfortable. And I think our culture is our culture, but at the same time, nobody's
obligated to come be around it. So when I see white people, it's not like I'm treating them super better, but you want to make people feel comfortable because that is a black space. And I feel like a lot of white people when they need to take that as a lesson too. Like go to Lifetime and stuff. When black people come to and they act like they got sense, treat them with grace but sometimes they don't want you in their spaces because people don't want other people in their spaces if they're different than them. He thinks
well, I know. I'm like
Lifetime.
Right. Oh.
All right, we're gonna come back.
Oh wait, I got one more. One more shout out because it's two other faces that are never seen or never heard of. One of my really, really good friends, Jessica Franco, she actually was the one that has stayed by me from over 10 years ago and have pushed me in this direction. And the one that literally took her foot and kicked me out the nest this round to release Xtreme Wellness, Shay, the one and only Shay Cottingham, the behind the scenes of Xtreme Streaming. She hates to be seen and be mentioned, but I'm doing it. You know Shay. No, Shay's the one that does all of the Phil streaming.
Okay, Shay, yeah.
Yes, she's the hardworking one in the DJ booth.
Yeah.
Just running around with the cameras.
Shout out to all of y'all.
Yes.
We could come back with the entertainment topic. And guess who's announcing the entertainment topic? Eric, that's the first.
What's up, y'all? That's what y'all been waiting on for me to introduce all these entertainment topics, man. Forget all the other episodes when he introduced them because it's whack.
Okay.
But the first entertainment topic we going with right now is this rapper beef, whatever that's going on or whatever's going on.
There's rapper beef.
Okay, right now Kendrick came out with a song, and I guess Drake came out with a song, and.
Don't they always both come out with
but it's like a lot of the female rappers is beefing too, and then it's like it was a while back.
Them people.
Yeah, it was a while back. Well, it was Nicki and Meg. They had then they had Kendrick and then Drake and everybody.
Drake versus the world.
Drake versus everybody. And you want to know what's sad? And I feel like I'm getting ancient is the fact that I have listened to none of it.
Yeah. Me either.
And that's why I'm like,
you know that I listen to their music. I listen to their music, but I just felt like, and then J. Cole apologized, and it just became a whole different. It was like, this is a soap opera.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm not interested. I feel like the apology was whack to apologize. I know that people don't like that, but. I mean, a part of hip hop culture is the rap beef and going against each other. I feel like this whole thing it goes over me because I'm a little bit older. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so, I'm older than you, so I know.
But even though I'm around these dudes' age, but it's like the younger people they live with that. But it's kind of like when you fighting about nothing, it just.
But isn't that part of the
hip hop culture?
Yeah, I mean it's part of the culture. And it's part of the enticement into listening to the next song, right?
Yeah, I with me, I haven't listened to none of it, but it's just like Drake versus every. You know what I'm saying? And now listen, I'm not a Drake fan. Okay, so.
But I know Drake gonna kill all of them, because Drake normally does.
But
think about every Drake diss song you ever
but one of the problems I'm having is
destroyed Meek Mill.
Yeah, but one of the problems I'm having is I'm not a real big Rick Ross fan either. But I just don't understand how Rick Ross is coming at Drake, calling him, talking about him half white, and you know what I'm saying. But you was doing songs so was he half white when you was doing songs with? You know what I'm saying? I just think that's. I did
listen to the Rick Ross one. I did listen to it.
I did. Rick Ross sound like I can't listen to his rap. It sounds like he reading an audio book. Y'all talking about
not
books.
The audio book.
But it's funny that you do listen to because I download all rap stuff, right? So I'll be listening to stuff on accident, and it'd be like, it just be weird. Like I should have never listened to that song.
Yeah,
I've thought that more often than not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It's some stuff I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it's a competition thing, but it's just like, man, every time I get on social media, not just rappers, but it's like people with money just bickering back and forth with each other all day. I'm like,
but I think the bicker is entertainment.
Yeah, and it's the bicker.
Yeah, the bicker becomes entertainment
because we live in an era right now where streaming is important and streaming is money,
right?
And we live, and like we talked about, we live on capitalism, and when you live under capitalism,
you got to keep it enticing.
Have you ever do you hear how they talk because they're streaming so much? They be like, "Well, I just got to stream." They don't care about the truth. And they don't care about.
No, it's words.
It's all about words, and it's all about like sometimes you would see somebody say something like King, T.I. son.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, he's very annoying, right? But he know that people listen to him.
But people do anything for entertainment,
and right, and that's what he does.
Right. So
he's like, I want to entertain these people.
He stand on business though.
He said all of that because he know that pulls people. He know that pulls people in. I'm telling you, a big part of it is just like they probably be laughing with each other, laughing at us.
If you go back, okay, so if you go back though, looking at even in the hip hop entertainment or anything else, right? We had when reality TV started. Real world. Yes, thank you.
TV show.
So when you go back to that, and it was the little dramas that started popping off, it showed people how much people were enticed by it.
Yeah,
so
true.
now reality TV ain't reality TV, but people are entertained by it. Hence, the people that were doing the stupid challenges on TV or the arguments that pop off.
Do you remember the first Real World season? Is
with Tammy?
Yeah.
No, that was second.
Real
World was New York. It was Real
World New York.
Yeah, it was New York.
It was Real World.
It was with girl. She was a rapper.
You talking about Heather B?
Heather B.
Yes.
That was the first one.
Okay.
But the first thing they did was they put them black people in the house with the white people because they knew race, because racism.
It was volatile.
Yeah, it was volatile back then because we just did not understand each other.
Correct.
Like we did not understand each other.
Correct. Cultures, even though it was like years.
Because it was before social media, so people that are not around black people don't understand.
They only saw certain.
They only saw certain. Dude, I'm telling you, when I met.
But I think that also goes the other way around too. That we forget.
Because I told this true story. I told this white dude that asked me one day. That one white dude, he asked me, "Do I like being black?" You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that said the N-word in front of me one time. And one time, this was before he said the N-word in front of me. And he said, I'm not going to say his name on show. He said, "Do you like being black?" And I said, I love being black. I never want to be white. And I told him, I said, "You know what, man?" I said, "You are just like them ghetto-ass dudes down on 55th. And he said, "What?" I said, "Because where you from? I ain't going to say the area. It's a rich area." I said, "You from up that way. And you think just like that's all you know, just like that's all.
There's no other world outside of that.
I was like, that's just like all they know. I said, you don't know nothing. You know, I saw him. I saw him at the gym the other day. I saw him I told you when I saw him with his son. He was with his son. He told someone, "This is Mr. Clayman. You know, he's an author." And his son was like, "Do you want to come to lunch with us?" And his son like, "Do not bring this N-word to lunch." But I think I look, because me and him are friends on social media, and I think he have actually learned a lot since those days. I ain't gonna be kicking it with him and breaking bread, but I think this happened when we were we was 24.
But I think sometimes when somebody has people call them out on their stuff, it makes you think, even though you didn't realize the last time. Like, I know when I'm at work and somebody was like, I called somebody's name, and they was like, "What?" And I was like, "Hold up, wait. Let me tell you. Where I come from, you don't respond by saying what." And I said, "I'm not trying to be funny, and I understand there's a cultural difference, but where I come from, that's disrespectful."
Yeah.
You know, or somebody took my bag and put it on the ground. No, that's not what, so I take that as an opportunity to teach someone, and guess what? I don't get what anymore.
And real quick, what had happened was somebody was about to hit his car, and somebody was asking me, and I was in the car with them, and I was on the black guy in the car, and he said, "So what happened to your car?" He said, "Man, he almost hit me. He forgot I was in the car." He's like, "Hit me," and when I looked up, it was some effing N-word. with the ER, a hard ER. So it got like real
Capital
got real quiet in the car. What's funny is after I stopped talking when he wasn't cool no more, I saw him again and he was I got into a car accident. And he asked me like, I heard you got into a car accident. He was like trying to be my friend again. Kept trying to be my friend. And his sister would call me like, you know, you guys used to be such good friends and and it's my stepdad that has him talking like that. And he asked me, he's like, I heard what happened, you got the car accident, do you need anything? I said, yeah man, it's crazy. And when I looked over, it was he was like, "Oh, we're still on that."
Yes, we are. But some people don't understand.
But I don't think he's the same person. And I know I'm gonna sound like a sellout, but I don't think he's that person anymore.
That's not a sellout.
I don't think he's that person.
That's not a sellout. I mean, everybody grows, right?
Yeah.
If you are wise, I mean, as you grow, the person that I was 10 years ago ain't who I am now. So it might have been certain things that I would have entertained before that I don't today.
Because I'm thinking that was 20 years ago.
That's a long time, man.
That's a long time. That was 20 years ago.
You didn't birth the kid that can vote now by then. Come on.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago. And I really don't think he's the same person.
Yeah, but my thing is, man, I don't understand. Well, I understand what y'all talk about these streamings and getting money and all this stuff, but man, I'm trying to figure out why gas is $4. Put in my car.
And you know what,
and these rappers want to go back and forth about you got a bigger house than you. I mean, I ain't trying to.
Forget the gas. Have you seen the price of cereal?
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to figure, man. I don't care about no.
You're right. You said
lyrics, none of that.
And then I cut on the TV, and then when I look at them, there's something.
But the crazy thing is, like, it got so this beef. I was at the gym at Planet Fitness or whatever, and I'm watching CNN, and it's on CNN.
You wouldn't know what's funny.
Like, come on, we got other stuff.
We got a whole war going on, like genocide happening.
You know what's funny though, like, and it's like, and I love my people, but when I be seeing dudes my age with like long thesis about the beef, about the beef, I feel like man,
not the dissertation.
I'm like my dude, like it's just entertainment. Leave it alone.
Yeah, but you know what the crazy was when they had
go help your son finish.
But you know what? I'm happy. Here's the thing. We don't see that also is creating distraction.
It is.
All it is why would something like that be on CNN?
And you know
if
what?
It's not to create
when it was on
distraction.
CNN, you know, both anchors was black. That was talking about.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And it's crazy.
Of course.
And it's so crazy because, you know, like, what's that? A Project 2025? Or I forgot. Is that what it's called? It's called Project
23 is why I don't know.
No, something 2025 with the Trump supporters where they want to have like, and by 2025 they want to have like where there's different things that they're trying to put in, they're trying to put in place with the Trump supporters. There's like they want absolute leniency or absolute for the police. You know what I'm saying? Absolute immunity for the police. It was something else that they were like, something like where it's kind of like taking away anybody that spoke against him. It's just a lot of crazy stuff, and they try to like blind you from this stuff.
This ain't Earth.
Because guess what? Because I understand you could deal with who you want to be, with who you want to deal with as far as like the government or whatever. But it's like some of this seem like it's going back to like a not a democracy, but it's going to like a where they tell a dictatorship. It's going to like a dictatorship, and I'm like, that. Do y'all like not? Because I know, and this is why I study culture a lot.
I was just about to say, going back to the culture, when you said
this is why I study culture a lot. Not because I want to be
people smart following the dumbest man in the room.
Exactly, and it's not because I want to be in a cult. It's because I want to recognize how human psychology is just so. It's no matter how smart you are, you're still your emotions are innocent to some of the things, and it turns you into somebody different. You know what I'm saying? Where you're easily manipulated.
But that goes back to having, and what we never talk about in our society. We talk about IQ scores. We talk about your credit score, but we don't never talk about emotional intelligence and where that scores.
But I don't even really, when it comes to like cults and everything, I mean, from my perspective, I don't think it has a lot to do with intelligence. I think it's because a lot of people, they could be smart, but they're weak. And they're scared to project their true feelings. So then you have this person that is projecting their feelings and how they feel. That's why they get behind that type of person.
I kind of agree, but I kind of feel a little when you said they're weak. I kind of think that it's not even just weakness. It's kind of like wanting to find something.
It's an emotional damage that occurred, and they're using that
because when they talk about when I was watching the whole thing about I always forget this dude's name, the one that Rose reading the book about. The one that Rose about to follow, Yawin bin Yawin.
Yeah. This guy.
Okay, so when the guy that followed him tough, right, and was so into him and into what he was talking about, and I was watching the documentary about the guy, and the guy brought his family, and the guy never had his father. His father was there, but they didn't have an emotional relationship.
Right.
So sometimes it's always somebody missing something.
But that's what I'm saying. It's some type of lack. There's an absence there. Yeah. It's an absence there that's getting substituted, and now it's just like where people went to gangs and everything else. Right. It's an absence there.
Look at the carbonation thing. If you listen to all those people's stories, all of them were searching for something. All of them were trying to find something.
But when I say weak, I think there's people out there that have these feelings and they can't express these feelings because they don't want people to look at them differently. They don't want to lose their job.
They conform.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like certain Trump supporters. They I support Trump because they really like what he's saying, but then they'll switch it around I like what he does for the economy. It's not about what he's doing for the economy. It's the fact that he can say what they're actually thinking.
And sometimes it's like people don't want to be proven wrong too. So
it's
kind of like they'll go with one thing, and they'll be like, well, I have to listen to everything this person said
because if I say one thing, if I go against you on that one thing, then people gonna be like, well, how come that makes?
Because one thing I've noticed about Trump supporters, they do the same thing that cult members do, right? Because you could be into any political party or you could follow any government figure that you want to follow. But I noticed the difference with Trump supporters and I see a lot of that with cult supporters, people that are in cults. They don't let other people talk because when they have these conversations, I mean, watching them they don't.
No, because you might say something that's valid.
Yeah, you might say something that's valid.
And if I shut you up and you can't say something valid, so then because I don't have a comeback for your validity.
Yeah, so it's a what's that called? It's like when it's kind of like something that they own. It's kind of like a what's that? Come on, help me out.
You the book reader.
It's kind of like it's kind of like okay, whatever. But it's something they use. So I'm gonna remember.
Somebody.
I'm gonna remember the word.
11 o'clock tonight.
Yeah. Okay, so we already talked about this, so we're gonna go on to the next topic. Go ahead, Eric.
So our next entertainment topic.
Rose just roasted me.
Coi Leray and her father Benzino are at odds again. So do you know why the situation happened?
Well, he said something about R. Kelly.
Yeah, he went on a podcast and
said R. Kelly deserves another chance.
Second chance. And he was trying to compare. Well, Elvis was messing around with girls that was 16 why can't R. Kelly have a second chance?
You know what I really
yada yada. So then after these comments came out or whatever, Coi Leray said she has nothing to do with her father. She don't want to have anything to do with her father. She's done with him.
I saw it.
And he does not speak for her
and quit bringing up his name when y'all talking to me.
Yeah.
Which makes you know that it's something bigger than just what he said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But this is how I feel. I hate when black people recognize bad behavior and then say, well, white people have bad behavior too. Yeah, they should be punished, but so should the people that's doing the bad behavior. We all should be punished. Yeah. Go ahead.
Equally. Yes, absolutely. Yes. I mean, a crime is a crime. Crime, right? Yeah. If you was 5'2" versus if you was 6'2", you still gonna get convicted the same.
Right.
But what you just said a minute ago in regards to you said it's something deeper that's going on. Yeah. And I don't know. I ain't got time to keep up with the stories of what's going on. But just hearing what you said was expressed. And what I think that a lot of people miss out on is, once again, remember going back to the 4 agreements? Mm-hmm. Don't make assumptions.
Don't make assumptions.
How do we know that this woman hadn't been sexually assaulted herself? in that type of way. And now here's my father, who was supposed to be my protector, defending a situation like that, and my father might even know that I was assaulted.
And and there are like I don't know if
people don't think about stuff like that,
because she is beautiful, and and sometimes people having aesthetics, they go through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
People have no idea.
And it's like these nasty, perverted people that's around her, because her dad wasn't around a lot, and that's where a lot of that animosity comes from. So she don't feel like she have a protector, and then he goes on TV and he want to be seen a lot and he say dumb stuff. It's kind of crazy, because when I first heard of Coi Leray, and I know Benzino done a lot. You know what I mean? Source Magazine. I mean, Fire Mics and all of that. He's done a lot. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes a lot of crazy people done a lot, but and are very smart and very intelligent too.
Geniuses.
But the thing about it is, I feel like a lot of times when I hear her talk, like when she first came out, she was doing the music thing. I was like, oh, she gonna be as crazy as, because I thought, and then I was like, dang, she not like that. She like well together. Her music, it ain't my type of music, but it's not annoying. You know what I'm saying? It's not annoying. It's okay. I mean, some of it is very, you know what I'm saying? It's very girly or whatever, but it's like it's not like you could sense talent.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, go back to what you have started off or whatever. A lot of times black people don't realize they do the same thing they accuse other people. Like when he was talking about, Elvis used to do. It's the same thing when white people be like, well, what about black on black crime?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
we all do. We all do the same thing.
A lot of times black people don't realize
all lives matter.
Yeah, you do the same thing that like white people do. So it's just I mean, whatever, people make excuses for R. Kelly, and they make excuses for entertainers because they like their music or they like their their brand or whatever.
Because R. Kelly had great music.
Yeah, but there was so many. But there's so many with R. Kelly. Like if you watch interviews, you watch him with certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was out there.
It was in our face, and we didn't see it.
I mean, who didn't watch the video?
And then it wasn't like he wasn't trying to be discreet about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was.
But sometimes I think it's also one of those things where going back to, I'm an entertainer, so how do you know what I'm saying or doing isn't just for entertainment purposes? Yeah. So the easiest way to get away with it is hide it in plain sight.
Right.
So if I'm hiding it in plain sight, you're just gonna be like, he's just doing stuff.
And we lived in a different time back then where people got away with stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like the sensitivity of mental health is not was not back then what it is today.
Yeah. You had to have tough skin and nobody talked about it.
Yeah, nobody cared about it. I mean, comedians say a joke.
Man,
everybody go crazy.
Could Dave Chappelle's show be on TV right now?
No, it couldn't. It couldn't.
Absolutely never.
No, it couldn't.
Absolutely never.
Or In Living Color.
In Living Color, never would never be able to be allowed.
Be on TV ever be on TV.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I'll be sitting back watching some of these old episodes. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, like now it would be like so inflammatory.
Could Sanford and Son be on TV? No, I don't think so.
They still come on though.
All in the Family.
Oh, that's the one I was about to go to. Was All in the Family.
Could not be on TV now, but it's kind of like. To me, though, when you watch those shows, is a part of a lot of people's reality. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But I think that's what made the show good back then, because it was the realistic part of everybody's reality. Like this is how this family lives. This is how, and you like, okay, I get it, and it gave you a glimpse into the window of how people really thought instead of being politically correct.
Yeah.
So now when we started the whole PC thing, everybody's like, oh my gosh, clutch my pearls, I can't believe. Yeah. You know what I mean? And a
lot of that comes from social media too, because everybody's in everybody's business. It's so easy to be in everybody's business. Easy to
now it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about now. Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it's funny because it's almost an oxymoron. It's easy to be in everybody's business now, but if I can say whatever I want to say. I can do whatever I want to do. I can do the Archie Bunker and Living Color and everything else on my platform, and I'll probably have triple the number of followers who's doing the political correct thing.
You are right.
So isn't that the irony behind it? Because you can't put the show on.
Yep.
But you can turn it on social media.
Yeah.
And now the streamers become the actors.
Yeah, you're right. And then with Benzino's case or whatever, you have to realize that your daughter has a career, so whatever you say is going to be added on to her career.
I don't think he cared about her career.
Yeah, and that's a lot of times. A lot of people don't realize that when you do interviews, you don't have to answer every question.
Yeah.
Or there's a way of answering.
And then I could tell too by the way their relationship. I could tell that Coi Leray feel like, man, you done had your time.
Yeah,
just hang
exactly.
it up.
Yeah,
just hang it up. Just hang it up. You an old man.
Yeah, you don't
still on here.
Let me do my thing.
Yeah, you was on Love and Hip Hop.
Let me do my thing.
You know what I'm saying? And I know, and she be like, quit doing. I know she feel like quit doing every podcast they ask you to do because you're gonna get on there and you're gonna contradict yourself, sound like an idiot.
And then his friend Stevie J gonna come.
I watched the. Did y'all watch the Diddy? No. The Diddy documentary on Tubi.
No, sir. I don't watch Tubi.
Okay, so that's his favorite thing.
What?
So our next female guest love Tubi. So you and her gonna be talking about Tubi. We talk about books because
right. I'm like,
yeah.
This is the end of the show, folks.
She know everybody. She saw the people that did the show that was on Tubi. She like, oh my god, I'm surprised she didn't recognize me when I did a couple of Tubi movies.
I didn't see.
But they showed.
My bad.
But I'm watching it and Stevie J, he looking like a villain. Like I'm like, they want Diddy to go down because why would they have this dude licking his lips speaking to Diddy? Talking about, I was at Diddy house. Talking about, the way the police kicked in the door, and then I'm like, and then he talking about, because I was at the house, and I'm like, I'm watching it like, pause. Why was you at this man's house?
Right, and he wasn't home.
Yeah, and he wasn't home. What was this living situation you got going on with Diddy? Why are you living with Diddy? You know what I'm saying? They talking about the whole. It was weird. Like he was like,
why are you living with Diddy?
Yeah, it was weird. It was like, why are you there? And then the way he was talking about it, he was saying like, the glove don't fit. You must have like he ain't saying nothing like that. The way he was talking was sounding like a. And then he was saying, if y'all ever know of me being accused of doing a crime, and the police come talk to y'all, do not say nobody's perfect.
He messed up
because when he said that in the interview, he was like, nobody's perfect. I'm like, oh. I'm like, did he go to jail? Look who he got representing him. All right, let me.
Hopefully they can get their life in order. Coi Leray, Benzino.
Or hopefully not, so we can get some entertainment.
So Jeff Goldblum, you may remember him from movies like Jurassic Park, Independence Day, Guardians of the Galaxy. He came out and said...
Guardians of the Galaxy, that's older than me, probably.
Well, I mean, he's an actor. He's been in a lot of movies.
Right. He's been around for a long time. He's been in like part 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 17... 36 and a half.
He couldn't talk in Guardians of the Galaxy, right? He was like a mute or something.
Oh, I can't remember.
Okay,
right,
go ahead.
Now he wants you to get it.
Right. So he came out and said the inheritance when he passed away or whatever. He said his kids got to basically fend for themselves. So he had his first child when he was 62. Then he had another child. I think both his kids like 8 and 6 right now. He's like 71 or something like that. So he was like, hey, this is my money. I made this. So
but
he gonna take it to the grave?
Yeah,
he want to be buried with it?
Yeah, he said that here's. I don't know if he's gonna give it to the dog. He might give it to the family dog. He might give it to the neighbor across the street.
Is this like real? Like this is real?
Yeah,
them some badass kids. But go ahead.
Right? What they do?
Because there's no way in hell.
But he's not the only.
But his kids are young. That's the kind of like what?
But there have been a few other famous people that came out and said, hey, my kids, they have to fend for themselves. They gotta make a way for themselves. They can't just depend on my money.
Yeah, but they're alive. But they're alive. You know what I'm saying? But this dude talking about when he dead, y'all ain't getting nothing. Hey. What he think they gonna hold his body and
y'all sure he ain't got dementia?
Probably, because
this is kind of like it
don't make sense.
It's given,
or it's like for shock value,
right?
So, but even if it's not, how do you feel about that? Like, if a person
that's terrible.
Okay, I'm not gonna say it's terrible. I'm not gonna say it's not, because once again, it's going back to I don't know what the situation is.
Mm-hmm. If the
situation
is
what I am gonna say is he might have. I mean. He might have his own reasons, values, whatever the case may be, that man don't want to give it to them kids.
Mm-hmm. Them kids bad.
Or maybe, but he might have said that, but maybe he has other things put up for them, set up a different way, right?
I mean, yeah, because you look at situations like Monique and her first son.
That's different. They have
but
a beef. These 8-year-old kids.
He beefing with the kindergarten.
Yeah.
Nigga, Brian McKnight and his.
I mean,
but
they're babies.
They're older.
These are
Brian McKnight
babies.
kids are older. Brian McKnight.
Like, I mean,
this
goes beyond just putting them on punishment.
Maybe he got beef with them.
These kids, them kids is bad as hell. That's what.
My son 9 years old. I be having beef with him sometimes.
But you ain't gonna leave him broke.
I don't know.
Like I can see like a trust fund to say when they get old enough, maybe he doesn't want somebody else to be over their trust. I can see that, but like to say that I'm leaving them nothing is kind of like.
I'm a trust fund baby. Like my parents trusted I was gonna have fun when I was.
Oh Lord Jesus!
When I was
this
in
baby
school.
is special.
So that makes me trust fund.
Oh, okay. If you say so. But it's strange. I will say it's strange, but
I just think he's just saying that for shock. Like
he could be, but here's the thing though. I'm gonna say it like this: you probably have people out here that are not famous that have done that same thing. They got money. We just don't know about it because they're not under the microscope. So you don't know where this is coming from in the sense of.
I think it's for shock, like, because you're dead. Hello.
I mean, but just because he could write it in his will.
Hello, you're dead.
But he could write it in his.
He don't want to die. When I die, don't
Wake
give it
up.
to them.
Yeah. Wake up.
He could write
them.
in his will like, hey, when I die, it goes to
the dog.
Rough.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's weird. I don't get it.
I mean, like I could see like if they were older and they were estranged. You know, if they were estranged and it was like, okay, we don't talk.
They're not strange. They're normal.
I mean, they strange. They kind of strange, okay? So at this point, it's like, do you not live with these kids? Do you not talk to these kids?
Maybe you got beef with the mammy.
But even with that, it was just like, why?
That's weird.
You chose to create me with her, not me.
That's weird.
Maybe you got a movie coming out of it.
That's what it is. That's what it is. We're going to put it on that.
Maybe.
Here we go again. We just taught Eric how to read, so go ahead and read
I'm
off.
running the whole show tonight, man.
Yeah, so
I know y'all loving this new format, me running the show and everything.
No, I was just tired today.
Just comment. Just let me know how I'm doing. If you want me to continue to run the show, if you want me to kick Terrence off the show, that's fine too.
Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
You feeling that?
It's my show.
Hey, so this episode. We got 4 brand new topics. We did our last topic last week with our last guest, Derek. You know Derek.
Of course.
She works with him, so why would she not know him?
Oh my God!
Go ahead.
This conversation. Goodness gracious.
Good old DDT.
So
our 4 topics that we have, Terrence came up with all of them.
That mean you don't like them?
No.
That mean you don't like them?
He's like, what topics we doing? Because I'm tired.
I'm beating him to the punch because he's going to be like, I came up with all these topics. So I'm just beating him to the punch.
Go ahead.
So topic number 1 is creativity lost in entertainment. We can extend that to more entertainment. We get to clothing, shoes, and stuff like that.
I think the question is creativity lost?
Yeah.
Topic number 2, how do you feel about total police immunity? What is it? Immunity. Total police immunity. We talk about police again. We talked about police in a couple of episodes. Yeah. Talk about police again. Topic number 3, should charity be an obligation? And topic number 4, value versus wealth.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't put all these myself.
Look, he all happy because you say, well, he like, did I do good?
Yeah. And that's funny. I remember I was in college, right? And there was this girl, she was an AK, and the other girl, she was a Delta. And they used to like be best friends, but they sound just alike. They sound just like this. And I remember like one of them, they was arguing, and they were like, and they arguing. Everybody was laughing.
That's how they both sound.
Yeah, they was like, and then the one Delta came up to me like after she got done, because I was like, oh my God, they embarrassed the hell out of themselves. And she gonna come up to me. I swear to God, she gonna say, did I do good?
Not did I do good.
I was like, neither one of y'all did. I was like, y'all both lost.
What was you doing next argument?
You
Laughing?
It was in the library, so I'm up there like.
You probably was laughing. No.
Oh, dude! Everybody was laughing. Even the Deltas was laughing. I was in there.
And the Delta asked you if they did good?
Yeah, she's like, did I do good? I was like, no. Neither one of y'all did good.
I gotta open it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So, next week's topic is going to be
This is this week.
this week's.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a little slow. Number 3.
Topic number 3. Should charity be an obligation?
Mm-hmm. Who want to start?
No, this your topic. You start.
Okay, should charity be an obligation?
Smart.
I think that charity should not be an obligation, but I do think that it is good nature to give back to people, and I do think that you do get, because it's about the karma and how the world works and how everything works together, and how we all operate.
Okay, when you talk about charity, please explain what
Charity, like doing things for people,
Okay.
like giving
Are we
back.
talking monetary? Are we talking time? Are we talking?
We're
what
talking all types of charity.
Okay.
All types of charity.
Okay.
Like, it's charity and obligation. Like, let's say you, your mom is ill and you work. Should you take time to help her?
Do you like her?
I love my mom. So
I'm saying just in general, because Jeff Goldblum wasn't gonna leave nothing to his kids, so I just wanted to know. Like,
right.
I just wanted to know.
Or you know that you were part of an organization. They want to go and do some charity work for like homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that an obligation? Are we obligated to give our time and our money to people that need it? If we have it, are we obligated?
You want me to go? Or you want to go?
I'm gonna let you go. And
I don't feel like we're obligated, but I feel like it's needed.
You do a lot of charity.
Yeah, I do a lot of, community work. I work in the community, do focus groups. And I mean, one of the reasons why I do is because, I work for a school district.
Oh, I thought you did because you was on probation, but go ahead.
Yeah, he always said. But I work for a school district, and I see how, how the kids are, and like, how the difference from when I started to now. And, there's not a lot of, really, positive black male role models in the community. A lot of these kids look up to rappers, entertainers and everything. So it's kind of hard, they don't really see just like a regular working person, regular working man, just volunteering in the community, listening to them, giving them advice, hearing what they have to say and everything. So, I mean, I feel like it's not an obligation, but I feel like if I want my community to be better, I feel like it's an obligation to myself, I guess.
Yeah.
So then, I'm raising a son, so, I want my son to see, me doing stuff in the community as well as his mother. His mother do a lot of stuff in the community and everything. So I didn't come from that type of background where, my parents were out in the community doing stuff and helping everything like that. So it's just, I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't think it's an obligation, but I think it's good.
I just don't like the way you said community. You said community, but go ahead.
Do it have a T? Yeah. Do it have a T?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Is it at the end of the word?
Okay, but there are words where certain things are silent. So
he's a hater. Like salmon.
You would pronounce the L?
Yeah, he's salmon.
Lord. Anyway.
Go ahead. Community.
I'm disappointed. Don't eat it.
She said disappointed.
Now you mad. I'm disappointed. So, should charity be an obligation? I do believe that it depends on your own values. If you value your community, then you should be obligated, like you said, to yourself and to your community to do charity. And charity doesn't just have to be monetary. I think that, when we talk about a church community, people tithe and people give offerings because it's part of the church community and you want to give back to the community that you're in. If you care about the community that you live in and what's around you, giving back that time or that money to something, it shows what you place that value on. I think that, as far as like what it is that I choose to do with my community, in our community, doing what I do as far as the wellness program or offering self-care Sundays or offering stuff like that, there's certain things that I might not monetarily be able to give back, but something I can give back that's more valuable than money is my time and my experience.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that, when we talk about charity, sometimes we define it differently. And charity can also be passing down that wisdom and that knowledge, like you said, with the children or the boys. And they're seeing a black male that I might not have in my life that's actually willing to do this. And he's not asking anything from me.
Yeah.
So I think that it's the, each one teach one. And you pass it along no matter what, because either way it goes, you make an impressionable footstep in that person's life or thumbprint in that person's life that you don't know that you made, no matter how big or small it is. And it might be one conversation that you had with somebody that carries on a change and that butterfly effect. So to me, charity absolutely should be an obligation if you care about your community and if you actually want to make a difference and a change. Or once again, charity and what you do in that community, it lives on beyond you. So that's part of your legacy if you choose to do charity.
Yeah, I think when people hear charity, the first thing that automatically comes to them is money.
Money.
And like, you know, man, I don't want to talk about people, but you know, you be out and about, you have people that ask for money, like, hey, can you spare? I used to be like, I don't hear, but now I don't. You know, I don't. Cause for one, prices is too high. But it's just like, but at first I used to feel bad, like, man, you know, maybe they did it, but this, like, man, I do it. You know, I feel like I do enough. You know what I'm saying? So
go ahead.
No, but even like when I go buy stuff and it's just like, well, would you like to give $1 to, you know?
I'd be like, can you give me $1 off my bill?
Like $1 for this charity that's been, you know.
I told the story about the lady that asked me for the money because her house burned down and all that. But I think I talked about it on the show before. She said her house burned down and then her husband had like some type of disease and her house just burned down. And I gave her like, this is when I first, because I was so happy that I was working and I had just came out of coma and everything, so I gave her $100. And then like 2 years later, the same lady with the same story, how your house just burned out again.
That baby got bad luck. He needs to stop falling asleep smoking.
No, she was lying.
Of course.
And I cussed her out. And
did you ask for your $100 back?
No, I was very sad.
Run me my money.
But like I was so mad after that, like bums were asking for money, I'd be like, I was gonna ask you the same thing, and I just keep them.
You know, so I think that another part of giving back, even coming from a money standpoint, have I given money before? Absolutely. Yeah. Do I turn around and offer food or something like that instead? Absolutely. And my way of giving back is sometimes if the mood strikes me or wherever I'm at, like I've been in line and paid for the person's groceries behind me and keep it moving. And it's like, you know, I might turn around and say, hey, I need you to put this, and this on this person's bill, you know, X number of dollars. And I'll tell the person behind me, hey, whatever you got in your cart, $50 off on me, and walk out the door.
When next time you go to the store?
I'm not telling you.
And I believe that she does that because I've been in a grocery store one time, and you know, a young lady did that for me, right? And because she followed me on Instagram, and what
store was you at?
I was at.
You about to go hang out there?
I was at Giant Eagle. And I put it on Instagram and I tagged her, and you know, it was like a lot of females under the comments like, you should have. No, she wanted to do that,
and that's the thing.
And I don't want to take away from her.
But that you're blocking her blessings.
Yeah, blocking her blessings,
but you don't know.
They're like, you should have paid for everything, you know, because you know it's. Just
I don't believe in
a whole bunch of women without no daddy.
It comes down to because it was a man, because you're a man.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Because you're a man.
And they ain't got no daddy, so they don't understand how the whole thing. Because I feel like a lot of that has to do with they understand how to talk.
But okay, so
because I would do that.
But I'm gonna go back to what I said before. As a female, if I'm somebody that's a nurturer, then I wanted to nurture you by making sure that you had the nutrients you had in your cart. Yeah. There's nothing. I don't think that there's, you know, a lot of times we get caught up in this said spoken masculine feminine roles rather than masculine feminine energy. Yeah. And masculine feminine energy says I'm a nurturer, you're a protector. That's cool. Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with me wanting to dote on or love on somebody in my community by giving.
Because the crazy thing is, I told her no, and she kept saying yeah. Like I was like, oh, she really means that she want to do this.
Because I think that the other thing, some people take it as like, and I've had it happen before, where somebody's like, you know, oh, you don't have to do it. They're embarrassed by it, or they feel like that it's almost like But here's the thing. So my question to you, but why be embarrassed by it?
Yeah. Did you get her number?
He's still trying to get these groceries.
We followed each other on Instagram, so we already had each other information, and that's how she knew me, and that's why she did that for me. But and she came to my comedy show after that too. Okay. Yeah, but what I should have did was when she was paid for, I should have been like, you know what, I got some crab legs, baby.
You know,
some crab legs and some lobster.
People like, she would have been gone. Like, never mind.
I'll be right back. Matter of fact, walk with me. I'm about to go grab these crab legs and this lobster. But yeah, that was a nice thing, like what she did.
But why did that make you feel some type of way? I'm just interested to know.
Because it was like, just like, she was like, she told me, she's like, oh my God, you can do that, make the videos on Instagram. She like, you so funny. Like, she like, sometimes, and she was telling me, she like, sometimes I wake up and I just, you remember when I used to make the videos?
She said,
but why did you feel some type of way?
Because she's a female. Like,
but listen to what she said. Whatever she said to you, she said that you gave something into her life and she wanted to give something back.
You're right.
When was you funny?
He was dreaming. It's okay. It's
when
okay.
I asked you to do a show with me. When I started doing it by myself and start blasting and making up shit about you.
Dog,
When I start lying about your name, that's gonna be funny. I'm
not gonna lie on his name. Dang.
Yeah, but it was nice, but I did take the gift. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that she wanted to give the gift. Like, okay, thank you. But
it sounds like somebody, and I think that's the other part we got to remember. Sometimes we gift others in ways that we don't know, and then people turn around and gift you back. And
I ain't gonna lie though. Like, and probably people gonna be mad that I say this. I don't like no big grown man on the internet trying to beg for money. And like hit me like we used to, you know what I'm saying? I'm going through something, then you need to go to a shelter. Don't ask me for nothing. And the reason why I say that is because I've had situations where I give people money and then or like they ask to borrow money and they don't give it back and they don't do nothing for their kids, they don't do nothing for nobody else. And I just feel like I've had enough bad situations where I feel like I gotta know your situation because a lot of these people just be hustling. Some people just be hustling.
That's what I was going back to the hustle culture because how many people really in a serious situation where they're down on their luck? Most people do not want to reveal that to the average person.
Yeah,
most people are going to be like, they're embarrassed.
That's why I know. That's why I know it's a game. Like dudes be like online, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? They think because I have like a large following, they think because I do like comedy, they think I'm rich. But I'm like, I have.
They didn't know that this is filmed in a tent.
I have rich dreams.
The wind blowing outside right now.
You talking about what? You talking about Mr. Balenciaga?
What? Mr. Creed.
No, but I'm
your new name.
But I'm just saying that people think that that they think they're gonna come up, and I feel like to me just made me it's insulting. It's insulting.
But we live in a culture where people try to come up regardless.
Yeah, people try to come, and I don't like stuff like that. Because if I see somebody really need something, I'm gonna do something for that person. But if I see somebody online like big and like go big somebody else.
Yeah, I think like with that situation, I mean, like me and him like the same. Like we so used to doing for people like. I've been told
that's like, what it is.
Yeah, I've been.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Like don't ask me for shit.
And I've been told because I feel weird for people to do anything for me because I'm not used to it. And then I've been told like that's kind of like disrespectful because people took the time out and
it's their time. It was intentional.
Because I feel weird. I feel weird when people do stuff.
Let me tell you, like my family had a cookout, right? Mm-hmm. What holiday was that?
Oh, it was
last summer. It was last summer, so I was like, I'm about to go eat this Jamaican food out. And then, my mom, like, your co-host, Eric, like, bring him some food. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bring him some food. So I called him. He act like somebody was doing like, it was just so much. He was like, oh my God, are you serious? They really?
Well, you know what? But I think that's also appreciation, too, right? Like, somebody really? Thought of me, and that's appreciation. But you got to, like, even one of the things that I talk about in my class, where people are like, I was somebody that I hate asking for help. Mm-hmm. And, my mother, even to my mother, she like, you will be drowning. You will drown and have your head, like eyebrows underwater just about before you say, I'm about to drown. Mm-hmm. And it's like, why? Why you have people that's willing to help you. And I think that sometimes, you gotta understand that help is a form of celebrating you and your life of you still being here. Yeah. So it's not about feeling odd, accept it as a token of love.
And then when I was fixing the plate, because this is how my family is. And they like, I'm fixing the plate, I'm just putting whatever on there. Like, he just say he wants the food. So then my aunt like, that's for your friend? Move! Let me fix the plate. Move! Let me fix the plate.
Tell your family that I need a plate.
Yeah, I was like,
I
I was like, he ain't nobody. So
I can't wait till the next event.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some oxtails.
Yeah. What did they have on that? They had everything. They had everything. I'm like, dang, I'm like, he ain't even Jamaican. Why y'all fixing this man this play?
Neither are you.
I'm honorary.
Neither is he.
I was born in Jamaica. I came here when I was 8
again.
years old. She keeps talking about, you know what?
Your parents.
No mix me.
You was on a cruise ship and they left you in Jamaica, and your parents adopted you and brought you back here. That's what happened.
Okay, Phil, you and Phil gonna stop with the CA Jamaican story. You and Phil gonna stop with the CA Jamaican story.
That baby.
Because Eric gonna start believing y'all.
He said he danced Jamaican. Is what he told. I said, what does that mean? Never have I heard a Jamaican say that.
Yeah.
What? Dance Jamaican.
Yeah, I speak Jamaican one day. She said it's patois. And I'm like, I know, I just said that because you American.
The fact that I had to tell him what
I know what patois is.
patois
No
is.
mix me.
Don't mix me.
Okay, we want to thank you for coming on the show.
We really enjoyed
Thank you for having me. I definitely appreciate it.
And this is episode 52 or 53.
I think we did 53. Ooh, damn, 53.
These babies can't count.
Episode 53.
Ooh, my God.
Okay, we want to thank y'all and follow, share, like,
You got any shout outs?
She already gave her shout outs.
Final shout outs?
No, but they can follow me too.
Yeah, follow. Go ahead.
Absolutely, they can follow me. So you can follow me at Divinity, DVINITY_vibe, or you can follow Xtreme with the X, TREME_wellness_. So come follow me and take your wellness to the extreme.
And are you going to be at the 1 year anniversary?
Absolutely. Are you serious? Definitely come out. April 29th, down at the Huntington Convention Center. We are celebrating April, Lord Jesus, June.
You better just sit next to me.
Okay, listen. I just got finished working 60 hours this week. I apologize. June 29th, down at the Convention Center, Huntington Convention Center, we are celebrating Extreme Compound's 1 year anniversary. Come and see why we are celebrating, because it is going to be huge. A lot of people in the building, a lot of different artists coming through. We got a whole expo is going down.
I told Will I'm wearing, because he says it's a black party after. I said I'm wearing the same black outfit I wore to the other black party.
You performing too, right?
Yeah, I am performing.
What?
A reggae song.
Yeah, reggae song.
A Jamaican song.
Jamaican music.
I'm a dance Jamaican.
Okay, we want to
speak Jamaican.
Okay, we want see they're dissing the culture right now.
This
Now y'all got me sounding African, but I try to put
Baby
it.
don't know his accents.
I remember when I used to drink and I used to be trying to like sound Jamaican. By the end of the night, I'm speaking Australian because I didn't know how to keep it up. But thank y'all for tuning in. Follow, like, share, and subscribe.